Well, hello man cavers. What are we doing today? We're going to do a update video on the Barford Atom. Oh, it's been fun and games since the last video. This last 24 hours has not been good. Roll the credits. Aha! Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. Right, we are here with our Atom, minus its wheels. Now then, what was our issue? This axle was our issue. I did this off camera because I thought, oh, they ain't going to take long, it's not really worth filming. It's a case of undoing the grub screws, which are around the other side here. There are the grub screws are there, believe it or not. Whoops, we're tipping. There they are, look. It's taking the grub screws off, pulling this hub off, pulling that hub off, and so we can get, because these are ratcheting hubs, you see. These are ratcheting, so they only drive going forwards, and when you, so that means you can pull it backwards without turning the whole engine, and you can steer it. So these have got ratchets in them, so they're both a solid drive when that's driving, but when you want to turn it, one will just slip forward. Do you know what I mean? So one wheel's allowed to turn quicker than the other one. It's basically like a locked diff, and you can pull the thing backwards and it'll just ratchet itself. Anyhow, I needed to get these hubs off to fix them because neither of the ratchets worked, did them. Oh, how this was. There was a little slip ring on there, wasn't there? And one on the other side. Took this off, tried to get this off. It wouldn't come off. I had pullers on there, 3 different pullers on there. I heated it, that's why it's black on the inside. Loads of penetrating fluid. This would not come off this axle. The other side, the axle was out to about here where my hand is. So this hub was out here. And I ended up, long story short, having to cut the axle off right in there, as close as I could to this hub, take the slip rings off, which actually did with much force come off, and I removed, let's get this one off, let's get our hub off, there we go, that's how that meant to come off, and then the whole axle slides out. So, whoops, we're basically left with the hex shaft and an axle. So off I go to the old man cave HQ at my parents' place this morning. And I had this in a hydraulic press, like so. You can see red paint on the end where I've actually put over 12 tons of force on that end to try and push this shaft out. It would not budge 1 millimetre. I put it in this way, pushed from this end. It would not budge 1 millimetre. You can see where I've cut the axle off. It would not budge 1 millimetre. This other hub, which had a piece of axle still stuck in it, obviously, I've managed to get it out, but look, it's buggered it. When I tried pushing it through, I tried pushing it from this way to start with. That weren't having it. Tried pushing it from that way, that weren't having it. And all of a sudden, with 12 tons of pressure, something went click, and I did manage to slowly but surely push this shaft out. But look at the back of that hub. It has expanded it out. It's like pushed the whole guts of the hub out. So I think this hub is unfortunately scrap. But if you remember, when we bought this Atom, it came with another Atom. One with no handles, no engine, do you remember? Behold, here is the axle off the other Atom. There's the wheel and the wheel hub. So we have a good wheel, and this wheel hub, although the ratchet don't work, everything was free on it, and the condition on it externally looks pretty good. So we have a good wheel, and hopefully we can free that ratchet and hub up, and we have another ratchet and hub already on this axle. So this is the axle off the other Atom, so we have a complete axle. Would you believe it? I undone that grub screw, straight away the whole wheel and hub just pulled off. Undone the collar, slid that off, the whole lot pulled nicely out of the gearbox. I thought, why couldn't it have came off this one the same? But it didn't. It did not come off the gearbox the same as that at all. It was horrendous. So there we go. That was our problem there sorted. So what we need to do, I think this lot is, I'm not going to chuck it out, but I don't think we're going to be using this lot. We're going to take this hub off this wheel, and we're going to try and get them hubs to pieces, this one and this one, and see what's wrong with them inside, because neither of them ratchet either. So we need to fathom out why this is not ratcheting. Fix the ratchets, put this new axle back in there, put the wheels on, but we've got to paint the wheels first, and then once we've done all that, we can see exactly what's going to be going on, what's happening. You know, we can see what's happening. But for now, this is going to be it. So I'm going to get set up in the shed, and we'll try and get this lot to bits. Right guys, we're back in the shed. What have I just done? I've got the angle grinder and took the wheel weight off, which was on, as you can see here, on this side of the wheel there was a big wheel weight, which was held on with them big bolts that were bent over, what someone had screwed it in. So we've took them off. We have taken them off. So what we're going to do, I'll show you how these hubs are meant to come off. This slip ring and this hub I haven't touched. So, are these going to undo? So let's get our rocker on there. Oh, I do like a bit of rocker. Look how that stuff eats in, look. You can see it bubbling. Let's put a bean from this side. Give her the best chance possible. I have just given her a little wire brush up. So now we want to see if this grub screw is going to come on. Well, look at that. So this is the axle off the other Atom. Because we went to Oxford, didn't we, and picked two Atoms up. The one we've restored and another one which was minus the handles and minus an engine. Oh, look, I can't believe that grub screw is just open and straight up. The other side did that without any heat or anything. It just came undone and slid off the other hub. And I'm like, why couldn't it have come off the Atom we done up like that? Why did that axle have to fight me so much? Can you actually see? Or is it a bit dark? Is that any better? So can we get this axle out? Look at that. Come on. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's part of the bolt. What hell thing on? Here's how your axles should come out. That is exactly how they should come out. Now then, can we get this collar off? I can't believe nothing's seized up on this. Cool. He says, will this grub screw undo? Oh, yes. She's cracked. Oh, look at that. It's coming straight undone, look. Let's get these right out. We'll take these grub screws right out of here so we can clean all them threads up. Do this come off? Let's give her a little wire brush and see if we can get this. See if we can just get this slip ring off. Not at the moment. Right, let's get our tap armour out. There we go. There it goes. See all that crud under there? Look at all that, look. That had got underneath and held that on. Because these are just cylindrical, look. They're not hex. These are just circular. And they just slide on and nip on in these holes so you can set them where you want them. But there you go. We have a good axle shaft. I know we're going to have to cut it down. I'm aware of this. But we have a good axle shaft. That can be cleaned up. But for now, we want to have a look and see if we can sort out these hubs. See if we can get a hub what works. I'll tell you what, this hub is already off this. So I've already took the wheel off this one. Here's the hub. I took it off the wheel. As you can see, she's messy. Now, these are meant to be ratcheting. In fact, this, see how that's, the inside of that's turning? But it's not, sometimes it goes backwards. It's not going to be reliable like that. You can't hear the click. Only a little bit. Yeah. So there's a little dry bit. So what I want to do is try, if we can, number one, that'll be an interesting video for you folks. So you can actually see what's inside these hubs. And I can see what's inside them. Because I've never actually been in one of these hubs. Let's take this grub screw right over here. Cool, he's a bit tight up. Jesus. He's coming. There we go. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what's inside these hubs, won't it? There we go. There we go. All of this can be cleaned up with my wire wheel. Yes, Man Cave has bolted his voice down now. We have a bolted down voice and a new wire wheel, which will be amazing for cleaning up parts like this. Let's get some more rockety rocket. Because I wonder if them screws will come undone. I would say I'd put some heat on them, but I used the last of my MAF gas yesterday, and I have ordered some more, but that's not going to be here till probably, well, they said Christmas Eve. We will see though, won't we? But what we want to see is, can we get these screws undone? Do you know, I'm going to hold this in the vise so it's a bit easier. So it's a bit easier to hold. I know it might seem like belt and braces, but I don't really want to ruin the heads on them. So here's our little auction buy vise. Let's slide him in. Where's that grease nipple? We don't want to nip that grease nipple, do we? There we go. Alright, we've got him nipped up. Will these screws actually undo? Whoops, a daisy. I didn't get that in there very well, did I? No, we're going to have to come all the way, I think, to the outside of these studs. There we go. Now, will this undo or not? Let's scrape them out. And let's see if we can get them undone. Whoa, my hand's all covered in damn rocket now. So, will this come? That one won't. If not, there is 4 holes on the outside of this ratchet where I think you can squirt penetrating oil in. Maybe with heat these will come. But I'm not going to risk damaging them just to get in there for the sake of it. Oh, I would have liked to have got in here to add grease. Because I think this grease nipple only supplies grease through to this shaft. Hang on, that don't. That's a... I thought there was a hole in there for the grease nipple. There isn't. This grease nipple supplies grease into here. Do you know, I don't think we've got to head them to pieces. We have got 4 holes here. See these 4 holes? Which go into that ratchet. I'm thinking, squirt some of my special juice in there. Yeah, I think squirt some of the special juice in there, and these hubs will probably come good. Put some juice in there, work at a few times, because it is working, just not particularly, hear that? It's very dry and like, yeah. So I really want to try and get some juice in there, and then we can get some grease in there as well, and pack them full of grease. I assumed this grease nipple went through onto this shaft, but it don't, there's no hole in there. So this must be to actually feed in there. So I reckon, grease them and we'll be alright. Yeah, I reckon so, you know. Grease them up and I reckon we'll get away with it. Right, let's just see if we can feed some lubrication in them hubs. I don't know, we'll see, I guess. I don't know whether them holes do go into them hubs. Actually, I don't think they do. That didn't seem to have been taken a lot. So do them studs must come out of them wheels, mustn't they? They must come out of there. Will they undo though? Can we actually get these studs? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That stud come out. Look at that. Brilliant stuff. Well, that definitely will allow us access into the hub, so we can get some lubrication in there. And see if we can get that freewheeling a bit better. Of course, she is coming out, look. There we go. Oh, yes, straight into that hub. Right, where's my cloth? Whoops-a-daisy, don't hit the camera, Ben. Don't knock your camera over. You don't have to buy a new camera before Christmas. Tell you what, I'm going to take all of these out. I'll tell you for why. Because I want to paint this hub. That's damn tight. That is very tight. Let's get him back in the vise. We'll get him in the vise and see if we can get these other wheel studs out of here. Can't see why we wouldn't. The other one come undone, so let's hope these ones do. Ah, it's freewheeling, look. Hear how dry that is. And they ain't even locking. No, I won't do, because it ain't sitting upright, is it? Right. Let's try nipping it in here then, and doing them directly. Or is this, oh, this one's actually coming undone alright. This one's half loose, look. So this wheel stud is half undone as it was. Come on. There we go. There's our stud there. Now we've just got this last one. This one's not playing ball quite so easily. Now let me see if I can find a socket to go on there. We might find a socket will fit better on there than anything else. It does look right. So we've got a socket on here, which is a 5/16 Whitworth. So let's tap him on, and then we'll see if we can actually whoops a daisy. That wasn't holding very well, was it? That was not holding very well. Alright, let's see if we can get a little tiny bit of rattle on it without stripping the damn thread out. There she is. She's out. She's out. There we go. Yeah. I say, I'm not going to risk breaking this hub to get these screws out of the back when we can probably, I know it'd be nice to see in there to see what's going on, but I think what we're going to do while we've got all this out is paint these hubs up in the same red we've done the truck with. Take that across. We'll take this grease nipple out, and yeah, we'll take him out and see how we get on. I'm assuming this grease nipple's going to come out about all right. Let's get our Imperial adjustable out and just see if that'll... Come on. Don't you hate it when your spanner get caught on the damn thing? Yep, she's coming. It's going to be much easier now if I got a proper spanner on this. Wouldn't it? It'd be so much easier if I got a proper spanner on it. There we go. Get yourself a proper spanner and everything just come off. There we go. There we go. Is there any congealed grease in there? There is no grease at all in there. Look. Bone, blooming dry. See how it's spinning around? Listen. Oh, that is bone dry. Let's actually... We will squirt some penetrating in there. So we'll crank him full of WD-40. There we go. Let that soak down a bit. Listen, listen. Hear that? It's working every time now. That grease had totally gone out of that. Would you believe it? There you go. Now WD-40 is not the best stuff. It really isn't the best stuff to use for something permanent because WD-40 does dry up. So I think we're going to actually put in there a good dose of oil. That is perfect. Hear that? There we go. One ratchet and hub fixed. So we're going to leave this one up here to sit for a minute. Look at the rubbish coming out of that. Look at that. Black. Absolutely black. Where are you? Look. Black running out of it. Look at all that crap running out of that. That must have been absolutely disgusting in there. Yes, I say it's not meant to have oil in here, it's meant to have grease, so I say there is actually stuff starting to come out of these seals here as well, but like I say, oil is too fluid. I've only really put it in there just to give it that first boost of lubrication. Once we've got grease in there, it won't come out. Well, I'm not going to put grease in until that's actually fitted back on the Atom, because there's several grease points to do. There we go. So to stop any crap getting in there, that grease nip will look good as well. There we go. We'll just put our wheel studs back in, just loosely, just so we don't lose them. That's one. Yeah, I would have actually liked to have got in there to actually see what's going on, but I weren't going to risk taking them screws out and breaking them, ringing them off, whatever, when we could basically get this thing back in service just with a little clean up and some oil. So yeah, we now have one ratchet and hub that works on every single click. Yep. Right. I'll pause the video here and we'll get the other hub ready. Alright, here we go. Now we've got to try and see if we can... Oh, look at all the cobwebs and stuff. What was underneath that wheel weight, look. See all that crap under that wheel weight? Because we've got to try and get these wheel nuts undone. I hope you guys are all ready for Christmas. Very happy Christmas to you. I will be posting another video, hopefully a couple of videos before Christmas. I'm going to try and get a little bit of a compilation together of stuff we've been through together throughout the year. I'll have to dig back through the video library just to see if I can find any highlights, eventful items, first stops. See if I can just get a little selection of videos together that I think you guys will like. Right, where's my rocket gone? What has happened to my rocket? Rocket, come back. Come back. Where are you? Come back. I need my rocket. The devil did I do with the rocket? Here it is. I'll put it right behind me. Let's get a bit on there. Bit on there. If you haven't used rocket penetrating fuel before, penetrating oil, get some. This stuff is 100 times better than WD-40 at loose nuts. Does the same stuff as WD-40, just a lot better. And it's donkey's years old. I mean, rocket has been about for absolutely decades. Right. Hang on. Let's see if we can get these, see if we can tease these wheel nuts off. That's the compressor on. Hey, they're coming. If you're not careful, they'll turn the whole stud out, you know what I mean? Ah, coming off, look. And we don't want to turn the whole stud out. Come on. There we go. Let's get all the wheel off. This washer, that washer is stuck on there. The little swine. There we go. Wow, look at all that crap. Now this one is seized up, look. Let me turn that stupid compressor off. Alright, if you look, this one won't turn at all. Now, this one is well and truly seized up. So I think we need to do the same with this as we did the other one. Let's nip him in the vise. You might find it'll free up when I try and undo these studs with a spanner. Yeah, do you remember the other one turned, didn't it? Let's see if we can get these ones off. Come on. Let's just get these out. There you go, that's one stud out. I haven't got any deep Whitworth sockets, hence why I am struggling with a normal size. She's off, he says. Oh, not quite. There we go. That's that one off and that one off. And let's get this side out. There we go, and the other one. Excellent. Right, now this one, yeah, this one is seized solid. So again, let's get our I'll try these screws on this one. I don't think these are going to come undone either. But we'll give it a try. Oh. I'm not even going to try, and I don't want to risk breaking them screws. That's going to be last chance of forcing them undone. So we'll have a quick look and see if we can get away with squirting some. Oh, that grease nipple's coming undone. Look at that. We'll see if we can get away with squirting some penetrating oil down this one. Let's have a look in there. We're not a block of rust in there, are we? No, but it is cruddy and not so damn good. Let's take this grub screw all the way out. There we go. I'll nip that. And the outside of this should turn, shouldn't it? So let's put some WD-40 in there. Let that soak in. Let that run downwards a bit. Let gravity do its work. Now we might find, once that's soaked for a few minutes, that this might actually free up. No, this one is a bit seized. This one's a little bit seized up, but we're not going to give up on it quite yet. We'll squirt a bit, something a little bit thicker in there. There we go. So before I started undoing them screws, I would have to wait for my new gas to turn up, because I would certainly want to do the old heat and quench trick before I tried too much more at getting them out. Alright. There we go. Right, let's put, can you see that? Let's put our axle shaft through, and we'll get a spanner on here and just see if we can break her loose like so. And that's not even trying, is it? Whoops, that's just turning the whole thing out. It's the only thing, these are tapered, so you can't get a good bite on them with your voice, because they just keep trying to come out all the time. There we go. Now that's just trying to turn the whole thing out. We will have one little go at doing these screws, but I just don't want to risk breaking them. And I don't have any heat here at the minute, like I said, because I ran out of MAF gas, which is most annoying. Because gas really is good at doing these jobs. Have I got a bigger screwdriver here? No, have I? No. We don't have a bigger screwdriver here. Let's just wipe it right down so we're nice and oil free. I hate oily handle screwdrivers as it is. But when you wear rubber gloves and they get the oil on them, they become quite slippery. Let's give it a little shock. Oh, bugger. Oh, dear me. That is tight. Let's get a little spanner on here. Just see if we can give it that little bit of extra leeway. No, not a chance. What about this one? Oh, no, that's starting to do the heads on them, so we're not going to risk them for the minute. I'm not going to be impatient. We will have to just persevere. We'll have to persevere and just let this stuff soak in, I think. And hopefully it will free up. Right, let's get that in there a bit further. So I think we can perhaps hold that a little bit better if we're here, because we're not on a taper. Oh, we got her nipped down. Now can we get this to turn with a spanner? Now that's just starting to turn the axle shaft in the hex, but it isn't actually turning this shaft. What the hell? Now I can't remember which way the ratchet is on this one, so I'm going to have to go both ways. Now, this one does not want to come free. Well. Like I say, we'll leave her to soak for a couple of days. See how we get on with it then. That's all we can do, isn't it? So let me see if I can get some rocket in there. Because I do like rocket. It's very, very, very good stuff. So you see it bubbling, look. Of course, this is like, I don't know, it's a strange stuff rocket. It's got the ball in it. So it's like you're aggravating the oxygen into it. So it actually goes in and sort of penetrates it like an ultrasonic motion as it enters. Pah! There we go. Now I think that is now full. That is literally full to the top. There you go. That'll hopefully try and avoid evaporation now. There you go. Right, that'll do for this one. In fact, I think that will do for this video. I say, I do apologise not the commotion of not filming that axle coming off, but I honestly thought that's going to be a 2 or 3 minute job to pop that axle off, and then we could get on with it, but it didn't come that way, so we've had to use this whole axle. But we do have one good freewheeling hub. That's what they should sound like. Absolutely perfect. This one should be the same. But there we go. We'll let that one soak for a day or two. Maybe when the gasket here, yeah, maybe when the gasket here, that will that'll heat up and come well back around. I'm doing this in case that's a bit stuck around the rim. I'm wanting a little bit of in and out movement. Will help break it free wherever it sees. Still getting nothing, are we? Absolutely nothing. There we go. Oh, they don't go through them holes. I thought they might have done, but they don't. There we go. Right. There we go. That is my attempt for today. Excellent. So thank you very much for watching, guys. So give it the old like and subscribe to the channel. Most of you have already, but if you're new to the channel, this sort of thing we do, and we're getting there. So yes, hubs, one lovely free one. That is so smooth, look. Perfect, that is exactly how it should be. And then we have this seized one. But we do have one other hub off, which is also seized, but I think that one is buggered. So, yeah, we'll sort something out. I think we'll be able to get this one just free off again. If not, it'll be a fixed hub, won't it? Right. Anyhow, that's it. I shall see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Ha-ha!